It was a great pleasure in our anniversary year to commission Valerie Holman to write a very brief history of Lund Humphries, publishing the last 75 years, which was published on our website, and which she did superbly. And it was fascinating to have in the process a mirror put up to us. Valerie's history identifies, I think, several key creative partnerships in Lund Humphries' publishing history. In the 1940s and 1950s, it was Peter Gregory, director and then chair of Lund Humphries, working with writer and critic Herbert Read. And very simply, Lund Humphries were publishing books on Peter Gregory's artist friends, and Herbert Read was writing most texts for them. It was still then very new and daring, I think, to publish illustrated art books on contemporary artists, and abstract British art was quite unfamiliar to many readers. So modern British art had to be very carefully explained, and texts had to carry authority but be accessible and clearly written. In the 1960s, 70s and 80s, the key partnership was John Taylor, publisher and then managing director of Lund Humphries, working with Herbert Spencer, who was Lund Humphries' design director, and later working with designer Alan Bartram, to create books in which the design and production were as important as the text in illuminating the work of an artist. And as printing technology developed, so did the visual sophistication of our artworks. I joined Lund Humphries in 1991, and John Taylor was my mentor, passing on to me both a real interest in Lund Humphries' long history, and also an understanding of the values that had underpinned our publishing historically. Sadly, John died in 2010, but I am delighted that we have several members of his family present tonight. I think in general we still strive to emulate the aims of Peter Gregory, as quoted in Valerie's history, to produce the best possible book, one which would do most honour to the artist and help to make his or her work better and more widely appreciated. And as our competition shows, I think we still value good, accessible writing, married, of course, with good design. But I think our publishing operation today is much less about a few creative individuals and much more about collaborative teamwork. So I'd like to finish by thanking the Lund Humphries team, both the small but perfectly formed in-house team, but also all of you, our extended family of writers, designers, freelancers of all kind, reviewers, partners, booksellers, I'm sure I've forgotten a few. Thank you to all of you as well.